Hi guys, in this video, I'm going to explain to you how I shoot and I record content for my brands and why it's impressively important and crucial to your business success. I tested over 7 products before I found my first winning product, and the major change that I made to that winning product was the content and the way I approached the marketing itself, the way I approached the content shooting for my ads, the way I approached the designing and the crafting of the advertisements that I was running on Meta. Okay, I took a totally different approach to what I was doing before, and that took me literally to success. It was not only that, of course, there are more variables, but it was a major one because I really took a different approach and it worked, right? So let's dive into this right away without further ado. If you don't know who I am, I'm Diogo, and in the past 1.5 years, I've made over $1.8 million in revenue across my 2 e-com brands, and I'm still scaling those brands. I haven't stopped. Okay guys, so I'm going to break down exactly how you should shoot and brand position yourself in practice with real world examples of how I think about this. I'm going to try to be very specific to really give you value here. I'm not here to give you general advice and bullshit and general things that you won't even it won't even help you build your business. I'm really to give you value and to give you real things, tangible things that you can apply to your business immediately, okay? And so this is how I really took over my content creation part and really took seriously about the shooting part of the business, because I really thought it was the bottleneck for me in terms of finding success with e-commerce. I took a different approach, completely different approach. I took it way more seriously. I did more research. I did everything, and I found success. So let's keep real simple, okay? So when starting a brand, you really have 2 options here of involving yourself in the process of content creation for your product and the shooting process, right? So you either get involved in it or you get no involvement at all. And I'm going to tell you the main 2 advantages of really getting involved into these things and why it matters so much if you take it serious, okay? One of the things here is that it increases the value of the perceived product, because when you are able to shoot yourself the product, you can really think creatively about the scenarios and the environments where you want your products to be in. Imagine that you can put your products in luxury houses, in luxury rooms. You can put your products, real people using the products that are really pretty, right? You can really take over all of these variables in order to make your products stand out from the competition and actually be perceived as higher value, right? And also it gives you a unique perspective on the marketing. No one else, no other brand in the market is going to be able to copy you, right? Think about that. When all of the other competitors are copying each other, repurposing every content for each other, like other brands and stuff, all of that, asking their suppliers for footage, and everything is just really commoditized. No one is standing out. You come here, you invest yourself in really good angles, really good product shots, and guys, you don't have to buy expensive cameras, you don't have to rent expensive houses to do this, okay? You can really shoot some huge quality, high quality product shootings with iPhone. The iPhones of today are already very high quality, so you don't really have any excuse here. It's just a matter of effort, and you really want to put in the work, okay? You can control all of these variables, as I said, which makes you unique, which will give you like this uniqueness of branding, which is huge in today's market, which is very saturated, and a lot of brands are competing for the same market and the same problems, okay? And this applies to the 3 different areas of your business. You can apply this to ads. You can use this footage to your website, and you can use this footage even to your organic accounts. So you really don't have any excuse on not shooting this content, because the goal is to have a pool of content that you can reuse for all of these 3 different areas of your business. You can use some of the content for ads, you can use some of the content for the website, and also for organic content, okay? And so if we look at the advantages really and disadvantages of you getting involved or not getting involved at all in the process of content shooting, look at the disadvantages of not getting involved. What are you going to do if you don't take any effort and you don't take the content shooting serious for yourself and you don't shoot it yourself? What are you going to do? You're going to find mixed internet poor quality shots. I'm going to show you examples just in a minute of what this looks like, guys, so you can have an idea, because I'm sure you've already tried all of these ads and it didn't work as it didn't for me. I'm speaking from experience here. So you copy other brands, like you repurpose already seen by your audience and not scalable. at the bottom of your heart, you know that probably won't work right from the beginning. So you're just hoping that it sticks and it gives you results because it gave for other people maybe 2 years ago because it was a new thing. Now it's already old. A lot of content is out there because guess what, guys? You're going to say, oh, but there's huge amounts of content for my products that I'm testing, and so I'm fine. Well, if there's a lot of content already of your products, what do you think the market is going to be saturated, right? These people are not posting these product images and videos if the product is not trending already before, right? You're already late to the party. And so you're going to be constrained by the content that exists out there. You're not going to be able to think from first principles, guys. This is one of the huge things that really took off for me because you're getting it reversed, right? Think about it. You're getting it reversed because you're going to see what content is out there, and then you decide from there if you want to build your brand. What kind of brand is this, guys? This doesn't make sense, right? Because you're restricting yourself for the content and saying, oh, because there's no content out there available, I'm not going to build this brand. This doesn't make sense, right? It shouldn't be that way. You should look at the demand first, the product criteria, and then decide if it's good to move forward. Then you move forward with your own content, or at least something that you can control and have high involvement in, right? And also, guys, a lot of people rely on supplier shots, all of these things. Like suppliers will give you like the shots that everyone is using on their websites is completely commoditized. Everyone is using. So you're not going to stand out. People won't perceive your product as a higher value, right? They want to see how you can add value to their lives, okay? And what you get in return of investing your time and money in really high quality shots is that you get uniqueness of your brand. You get unique in the market. People are going to perceive you as unique, as one of a kind, which is exactly what you want, and you have more flexibility on the angles you want the product to be shot in. As I said before, you can put it in rooms that have really nice lighting. You can put it in with actors that are really nice, very well dressed, that look very well, like they take care of themselves before shooting. So all of these things matter, guys. You think they don't, but they really do in the heads of when people are seeing the creative on the Facebook and they are deciding whether to buy or not. All of these variables come into the subconscious decision because they are looking for red flags of your brand. If it sounds a little bit scammy or a little bit just really generic ads, they won't watch at all and won't give you any attention, right? So again, high perceived value and the ability to create emotional scenarios. Think about this, guys. If this is very, very important, the emotional scenarios part of your business. Every business has an emotional touch point. Every e-commerce business, you want to touch the emotions of the customer, right? Whether you're selling for wealth, health, relationships, or any other area, probably there's some kind of emotional attachment to the product. If you're selling like back pain, right? For the products, you want to get someone having really huge relief of this problem, feeling that emotion, like getting that emotion out there in the content, in the ads is really, really important. These people becoming very, very happy, like the person that is using the product that you're selling in the ad, you can make them look very, very happy by using the product and getting this huge relief of pain. It's going to resonate with the audience way better if you just try to get some clip out of the internet where it shows more or less the thing that you want to make it appear, right? So this is just an example for you to keep in mind because it really makes a difference at the end of the day. So let's look at real examples here and not bullshitting around what exactly I mean by this, okay? I have here a video ad. Okay, so look at this ad, guys.
Ladies, this is the absolute best way to stay fashionable during the winter. I'm so obsessed with them. They're super soft and they keep me so warm. They're so comfy and it looks like you're wearing regular tights.
I can't believe it. And such good quality. Like, this looks like my skin. It's amazing.
Okay, guys, so let's analyze this ad and compare it with this one here. Just from now, I'm going to tell you here, guys, what you can where these ad fails, right? First, it fails because it really you cannot really get a feeling of for whom is this ad speaking to. You get women like, it seems it's not very, very easy to understand. It's not very easy to understand the age of these women and like what are they feeling when they're putting that. It's just a fashion, very high buff ad. Like it's not specifying the benefits, the benefits that the product will have, like how the emotions released by having that thing on, right? It's probably a lot of different things that you can really improve in this ad to make it really way better. And so this is kind of an ad that it falls because it's already repurposing content that it's out there. Already a lot of people have seen this. This only work if it's a more of a bottom of the funnel ad, okay? Because it's really fast. It's really showing just the product. If you've already seen the product, you probably, okay, if you're deciding whether to buy or not, and you may be on the fence, like maybe you can buy this, although there's not like a huge incentive in the ad to make a purchase. So even for bottom of the funnel is not very good, not a very good ad. But for top of the funnel is not very good either, because it doesn't really explain a lot, and there's a lot of women appearing in the video, very messy, very hard paced, a lot of different outfits, and it's very hard to get a grasp of what it really means to use this product. And probably we want to specify a little bit more of age, like type of woman, where this woman live, if she lives in a very cold environment, if she lives in a different city, whatever. Like, you want to be a little bit more specific here so that it resonates better with the audience, okay? But now I'm going to show you exactly here another example of an ad that's really, I think it's really, really good. So let's watch this ad.
5 signs of dog depression that you may be missing. 1. Changed mood or behavior. 2. Loss of appetite. 3. Paw licking. 4. Sleeping more than usual. 5. Hiding from you.
And then I'm going to show you here another ad of a different niche, so you get a little bit of more context.
I'm 52 and finally wearing a bikini again. Since I turned 40, my body felt different in ways that turned my whole world upside down, and nothing seemed to help. So if any of these sound familiar, sudden heat surges that come out of nowhere, unexplained weight gain, waking up at 3 a.m. and not being able to fall asleep, mood swings or feeling unusually irritable, brain fog where I couldn't remember my password or why I opened the fridge, dry skin and thinning hair even with all the fancy stuff, low libido or lack of intimacy, irregular or skipped periods, tired no matter how much I sleep, mixed emotions because honestly, who knows? Then yeah, it's probably your hormones. That's exactly why.
Okay guys, it's enough. So just so you understand what I mean, basically, in the difference between, I think the big difference between this ad that I showed you before and the new ad is that this ad here, you can see that the content is catered really to the script, okay? What I mean is, like, you get the emotion, right? You get all of the different clips illustrating the emotion of the clips, right? Everything is really thought of clip by clip, like the dog is hiding from you, and then it shows a clip of the dog hiding from you, and it's the same dog every time. Right? So you know that this is really shot on purpose for the ad, and it's trying to convey a message that it's really way more, people will resonate way more with that ad than just a generic ad with multiple dogs, with multiple things happening here and there. It's way more confusing. If you check of all of these things, you can see the dog experiencing the pain points, and you can see, like, okay, my dog feels the same way. If you have a dog and you saw that ad, and you think that your dog has, you can see your dog in the video, you're gonna be way more predisposed to buy and look into the product, right? And the same here as a different example on a different niche, a little bit different, of course, because it's a different product, it's a supplement, but it shows all of the different emotions that these women are getting when they're going through the hormonal phase. And so all of the different changes in hormones, scenarios of the day, like you see, like the kitchen, you see the bedroom, you see everything, like different scenarios where possibly the customer avatar is feeling this situation in their lives. And so you can identify, you can resonate as the customer avatar, as the targeted person of that ad. You can more easily resonate with that ad than such like a generic ad, just looking at the mirror with fashion clothes. Of course, it's different niches, but you get the point, right? It shows more emotion. It shows more of, you get more information, and you get more of a feeling of what is really working for them, right? And what is happening on the journey of that dog or that woman, right? And so this is huge, guys. And also, guys, if you look at the website, I'm going to show you exactly 2 different websites here. One that I think it's bad. I mean, it's of course, maybe it's selling products, but I think that has room for improvement, which is this one here. Let's look at this. If we look at this website, we can see, okay, we have these images, right? We have like different images. You can see these images are just like really, really not just supplier photos that you can find on AliExpress or any other website, right? Then you have like all of these huge things coming on the posture thing, like a lot of different AliExpress. This is really AliExpress photos, guys. Like these supplier photos, it doesn't really show anything that you can differentiate yourself with. These products, these images are probably in dozens and dozens and hundreds of websites. So you're not differentiating here for sure. And then you have customer reviews, which is good. Okay. But then like these images are the main point for me, that is, this could be way better. It could be way more branded, and it could be better because you can differentiate yourself in a better way. This just looks at as any other website of this product for me. Okay. On the other hand, we can look at this website here from Javi Coffee, right? And if we look at this, look, all of this branded content, right? Shot on purpose for this brand. Again, like a lot of different videos that show this product being used by real people using the product, and it's just unique. This is unique to this brand, right? You have another product shot of unique brand, and then reviews. So for me, this website is way better because it's way more branded, and people I really resonate way better with this type of brands than with these ones. These are just like more general, and it's just really not feeling like a brand, right? And so this is exactly what I mean when I say that content and branded content for you, and you yourself involving yourself in the process of content, is really, really important. Okay. So how can we do this exactly? Okay. So in order to do this exactly, follow a step-by-step process, which is very simple, but requires a lot of work from yourself and a lot of effort. This is simple, but it's not easy, as a lot of people say to you, and it's true. E-commerce is one of those business models that it's simple but not easy. So you have to study your target audience. You really have to get a grasp of who you want to target. You have to know their struggles, their pain points, and their desires. Okay, you need to know their customer path, their journey, like their life path from having a problem and trying to solve that problem. Where do they want to go? How are they thinking of going there? How do they feel when having these pain points? And how do they feel after solving these pain points? You really have to have a crystal clear vision of how this works in their lives, and so that you can craft the ads and shoot the content exactly catered to that person. Just like we saw in the ads that I showed you guys, you have this person like, oh, you're feeling, you don't know where you put the password, everything. Like, it shows a real scenario of a woman typing into the computer and forgetting about the password, which is extremely relatable, and not just like, imagine that you are just forgetting the password with one of those clips doing like an X and really very salesy, right? It's not relatable. You have to find real life examples of people when they forget things. Okay, she forgot this in the kitchen, so let me shoot an ad with this person in the kitchen forgetting about something, right? So this is how deep you have to go. You have to go to the point of studying the lighting, the room, the person, what age, how do they look. All of these things matter. So exactly how with whom are they? Where do they have this pain? And so good ways to find these guys is through Reddit, reviews of competitors like Amazon, but not only, AI tools, and overall studies, and like usually sometimes medical studies on this group of people, okay? Your target customer. And then what you do is you think about the same questions, but if they have that problem solved, right? Imagine that they solve the problem all of a sudden. How do they feel? And you get that on the ad, right? You get that shot because you want to use that as a before and after ad, and also have like different shootings and shots to use in different when editing your ad. And so when you're done with this process, which can take a lot of time, you're ready to craft your content, okay? And the way you craft your content, I'm going to show you here exactly how I crafted content for one of my previous brands. That was a supplement brand. And so look, I went to competitors and I saw this brand that was doing a very good shots that I really wanted to replicate with my actors in a little bit on a different way, with a different product. So it had to be adjusted, but I really look, this is how I instructed my actors, and I made a loom with this to show them exactly how I wanted them to shoot these videos for me. Okay. And so I screenshot all of the video parts, all of the video clips that I wanted them to replicate, as well as sending them the videos so they could watch and replicate. So look, I have like this showing the emotion. Shame on yourself for being who you are and not controlling yourself. So crying here, replicate this clip. Try to do the same with this emotion in the car. Very like pleasure, right? Eating and vomiting. Then photos of you feeling very well during vacation. So look, now you're hiding yourself in one of these, in the couch. Then you're just running away and hiding yourself feeling ashamed, right? This clip as well. So I got really specific. You have to be extremely specific here, guys, with the product shots that you want to get, so that your actors replicate. You cannot be vague. You cannot be general with the information and the feedback that you're providing. Because at the end of the day, this matters a lot, guys. If the clip is not relatable, if the clip is not showing exactly the emotion that you want to portray, you're gonna fail. So this is how deep you have to go, right? So think about this when you go and do your own content. When you do your content list in order to get real good results with your ads, okay? And so okay, guys, and now finally, I want to really end this topic of content creation with the hiring process, okay? How you go about hiring, because a lot of people want to delegate as soon as they get a little bit overwhelmed with the content, and it's really hard because you have to study the audience in order, the customer avatar, as I said before, in order to create really engaging and relatable ads. And so your tendency is going to be to delegate this to someone else so they can do this job, and you're free up your time. But there's a problem with that, because in my point of view, I really want to be the creative strategist when I'm testing new audiences, okay? Because at the end of the day, I want to build a company where I understand my customers. And to understand my customers, I cannot skip the research process at the start, right? And so what I do is I like to be the person that researches and does the creative idea generation for the new audience tests. And once you find a winning audience, like when you find winning angles and you have the pool of footage already in place, you can make, like, you hire a creative strategist and you hire like video editors to make, so you hire the video editors to make like the depth of that angle. Okay. So they go and they explore all of the iterations that you can make within that angle. Okay. And then you jump onto a different angle to expand your marketing channels to really like expand horizontally to try to sell to different audiences and test new concepts. Your job goes to new ideas and new concepts that will grow the business horizontally while they scale the business vertically. Okay. This is the why you delegate to these people. And you also hire like an image designer here to do the middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel image ads, because it's going to be really important for you to have this in place once you start selling with a winning angle, to really get that funnel going and have retargeting ads in place. And so that's why you have to hire to be testing new top of the funnel with different angles, and have these people deal with the other type, the more deep funnel type of people, right? And so I keep my role as new angle creative strategist, which is really important for me, because I get to test and understand my audience in a very deep way, which ultimately is going to drive my brand to very high numbers, and so I can scale beyond 7 figures in the future. Okay. So this is exactly how I look at shooting and brand positioning in practice with my brands itself. This is what I do, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I showed you a lot of different examples that you can apply within your brand right now. I told you like exactly what I don't look for and what I look for in my brands, so that I maximize my chances of success. And this was something that I didn't really take seriously before. And when I did take this seriously, I was able to get my winning stores running and scaling to huge numbers. So guys, I'll see you on the next video. Subscribe to get the next videos notifications, and also drop a comment if you have any questions. I'll answer the questions on the comment section. And so I'll see you in the next video.